I'm Abby.
I'm Aly.
We're the Ranic twins, and this is Oops, I Arted, a part of the Hayden Collins Intelligence Syndicate. Today, Aly, I'm going to be talking about Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh boy.
Quick question, what comes to mind when you think of Ozzy Osbourne?
There are a couple things. Obviously, Black Sabbath comes to mind. Thanks, Dad.
Yes.
And him snorting ants definitely does.
Definitely a story.
And that one time he bit a head off of a bat.
Yes, so that's actually what we're going to be talking about today. If you guys know anything about Ozzy Osbourne, I'm sure you know that he is well known for his drug-fueled antics, peeing on the Alamo, snorting a line
I
of
forgot that he
ants.
did that.
And their show, I can't remember what it's called, but I'm sure we'll
The
get
Family
email about
Jewels.
it. Yes! Oh my gosh.
Grandma used to watch that in
Wait,
our school.
are you sure that Family Jewels isn't...
Wait, that's
the
Gene Simmons.
Yeah, okay, so there were a couple TV shows about these rock stars.
Do you remember when one of the kids we went to school with did a report on Ozzy Osbourne being supposedly
Self-preserved?
Yes,
Yes.
because of his drug and alcohol use.
That was fun.
Yeah, I don't think our teacher liked it as much as we did.
It wasn't biology related, and we were in middle school. Ozzy Osbourne was kind of a party animal, and he actually got kicked out of Black Sabbath in 1979 for being a drug addict and acting very erratic and crazy. So
sounds like a lot of rock stars at the time.
yes, much like Metallica, Black Sabbath kicked them out, and Ozzy Osbourne was like, whatever, I'll just go on a solo tour and start writing his own albums, which he was pretty successful. No rehab, just a new solo.
Yeah, he just went on to do his own thing.
Exactly. It was a night like any other on January 20th in 1982, so this is almost 3 years after he got kicked out of Black Sabbath, and he was on his tour for his second album, Diary of a Madman. This is actually fan favorite. I looked at a couple ranked lists, and this is, I think, the second under Blizzard of Oz, which is apparently everybody's favorite. I haven't listened to a lot of solo Ozzy Osbourne stuff.
No, I just love old Black Sabbath.
Our wonderful Ozzy, the Prince of Darkness, as he referred to himself.
He gave himself a nickname? That's
Yes.
not a good sign.
But I love it. So, on the poster, actually, it said, just when you thought it was safe to go back to a concert, and also warned that eating before concert is not recommended.
Wow, I would be a little scared. Not really scared, but hesitant.
So this is also the period of time when Alice Cooper was doing these really extravagant stage performances where he would have guillotines, decapitating heads, and throwing babies onto the stage, fake babies and blood and stuff.
Do you remember when Dad saw Marilyn Manson?
Yes.
And he ate that tube of lipstick?
Yes, so they were kind of trying to be really...
shocking.
Yeah, really shocking and hardcore. This is also right in the swing of the Satanic Panic. I think Ozzy Osbourne was really kind of playing into that whole devil, demonic aspect of it.
Prince of Darkness.
Yes, so he really exemplified. I think he was trying to scare people that were afraid of the Satanic Panic.
It was definitely a shock factor thing.
Yes, so it was January 20th in Des Moines, Iowa. I can't remember what venue it was at. Pardon me, but he was performing on stage and a bat landed on the stage in front of the bassist, Rudy Sarzo, and Rudy apparently motioned towards Ozzy and then motioned towards the bat, I guess to get his attention to it, because they were known for having snakes and cockroaches on the stage, usually rubber that Ozzy would tend to eat or rip apart with his teeth, etc.
But they were usually rubber.
They were always rubber.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so these are fake. These are stage props, and so I'm assuming that Rudy thought that the bat was a stage prop or something like that. So Ozzy picked up the bat and, noting that it was not rubber, and chomped the head off of the bat.
Are you sure he knew it wasn't rubber?
Have you seen a rubber bat?
You have a very good point.
Okay.
But, I mean, come on, it's not going to be very convincing. Sorry, my southern came out. If the stage bat is like one of those spread-winged bats that are obviously fake. I mean, come on.
But
now.
it wouldn't have fur on it. You know, I mean, I can understand how a bat's wings might appear to be rubber-ish, but...
You're right. I've seen a bat in real life, and...
Yes, they look a little
very
bit
distinct.
different. So, he picked up the bat, he chomped down on it, and he is quoted in his memoir saying, immediately, though something felt wrong, very wrong. For a start, my mouth was instantly full of this warm, gloopy liquid
my God.
with the worst aftertaste you could ever imagine. I could feel it staining my teeth and running down my chin. Then the head in my mouth twitched.
Oh my God.
So still to this day, Ozzy Osbourne swears up and down that this bat was alive.
This is so much worse than I imagined. Abby, I wasn't ready to get into this.
He swears that this bat was alive and that it bit him on the tongue when he bit it.
Okay, I think he might be a little dramatic in saying that it bit him on the tongue, but I could totally see it twitching in his mouth.
Well, and that's where we get into the backstory of another part, Mark Neal. Mark Neal...
So wait, there's more to this story than just this event.
Well, not just that. It's just Mark Neal is the kid that threw the bat.
Wait, so the bat didn't fall onto the stage?
No. He was the 17-year-old kid, went to an Ozzy Osbourne concert. His little brother, 2 weeks before the show, brought a bat home that was alive. And they're trying to keep it as a house pet.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, exactly. And they ended up failing, and the bat died, and it was pretty much rancid by the time he decided to bring it to the concert. So Mark Neal, obviously a big Osbourne fan, knew about him biting the snakes and the cockroaches and all that nasty stuff.
So he set Ozzy Osbourne up, is what you're saying?
Yes, he threw this bat on stage, and it landed in front of Randy, and he bit that bat. So he swears that it was dead. Very dead.
Disgustingly.
Yep, so he threw it in a plastic bag, put it in his jacket.
That was before you got searched at concerts.
Yeah, he had to get treated for rabies at the hospital, and yeah, he still swears that it was absolutely alive. This was actually not the first time that he'd bit the head off of something.
What do you mean? Wait, what? No. Ozzy.
Almost a year before, I think it was a little bit less than a year before, according to UltimateClassicRock.com, he bit the head off of 2 doves at...
No, that's even worse than the bat.
Yes, at I think it was some sort of convention for Epic Records. So it was their annual sales convention. And our girl, Sharon Ardent, the manager for Ozzy Osbourne, she brought the doves along for Ozzy to give kind of a nice, heartfelt speech.
Wait,
and then,
so Sharon brought the doves?
Yeah, and it was 3 doves. And so he was supposed to release these after the short speech that he was going to have at the convention. It was a peace thing.
Yeah, and doves are literally a symbol for peace.
And so they're trying to get a nice little pizzazz in there to kind of woo the record label.
Ozzy Osbourne is peaceful.
Yes.
Look, he has doves in his hand. Take pictures. Put this on the paper.
Unfortunately, Ozzy Osbourne, I believe, was finishing off a handle of whiskey in the taxi on the way to the convention, and it did not go exactly how they thought it was going to go. So
it's kind of hard to control a drunk man.
Well, and that's the problem, because I'm sure he wasn't just drunk. He had a lot of access to what he desired.
Wanted.
So he is quoted in saying that he was being really pressed by the press. He was
asking him a lot of questions.
Yes, he says, having a PR woman going on and on at me, and at the end I said, "Do you like animals?" And then I pulled out one of these doves and bit its effing head off just to shut her up. And he spit it out onto the table, right? And he pulls out the other one and bites its head off too. Poor woman. This hits the floor screaming.
And this was a year before.
Yeah, this is the 1981. Yes.
So you'd think that Ozzy would know that the bat was dead because he's already previously experienced...
These doves were alive.
Yes, I know. So that's what I'm saying. So he's experienced biting an alive animal's head off. So I feel like he should have known that bat was dead by the taste and by the fact that it wasn't moving. I think Ozzy was probably on some drugs the night of the concert, and he totally tripped out when he realized that the bat wasn't a stage prop, and he got so freaked out that he thought it twitched.
I think that this episode needs a content warning.
It's a little graphic.
But yeah, I can't believe it. 2 live doves.
Why doesn't anyone talk about that? Why does everybody talk about the bat?
I don't know. The bat is really crazy because I guess a lot of people saw it, but so it basically got kicked out of the convention naturally, and they said that he'd never work for CBS again.
He got banned from the network.
But I just have to take a second and commend Sharon Arden for taking this moment, not letting it affect the press, and she took full control of the press. It was like, yes, we will absolutely use this as a publicity moment. We will use this to our advantage, because he was trying to release Blizzard of Oz. Like,
which
right before
ended
this
up
happened.
being one of his best albums, according to the public.
So she totally used it to her advantage, to their advantage, and it worked out.
Well, that's what you
great.
do.
Yeah.
That's a good publicist.
That's
right
what
there.
I'm saying. There's a reason that they're married. But
Sharon has actually made a great name for herself as well in the public eye, and
well, it's also totally super awesome that she was managing a rock band in 1980. You know,
female power.
I totally commend her. Got mad respect for Sharon, especially for sticking with what a party animal Ozzy is.
I want to bring up one thing. Do you remember those commercials? I can't remember what commercial it was. I think it might have been a Subway commercial where Ozzy Osbourne is trying to order food and he's like
mumbling. Yes.
You remember that being like a big joke in
Yes.
the 2000s?
That, and there was also an Ozzy Osbourne commercial.
And he would sing.
Yes, he would sing his order better.
Instead of saying it.
There's one where he was like walking around on Google Maps or something, and he's like, "Oh, I haven't seen this bathroom before." He's like walking around his house. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. We'll have to watch that after this episode.
That was when the show was really big, the reality TV show.
Yeah, I still can't remember for the life of me.
Let's look it up real quick. The Osbourne. Wow.
Short and sweet.
The Osbourne.
And then there's Osbourne's Reloaded, which means that it went off air for a short period of time.
For 4 years. Wow. It doesn't have the best ratings.
Look, Black Sabbath, Ozzy will forever be my fave.
The Prince of Darkness. So yeah, that's part of Ozzy Osbourne's legacy. I'm glad that we got to cover a bunch more stuff. Maybe next time when we cover Ozzy, we'll do whether or not he invented the devil horns like he claims he did.
Oh,
you know, the hand
yeah,
symbol,
like the
rock
plastic
on.
rock on.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of drama surrounding
Conspiracy.
that. All right, we'll get back to you guys next week. If you guys have any comments, questions, or requests for a show that we should do, you can email us at oopsiartedpod@gmail.com and check us out on YouTube
At Oops, I Arted. This has been another great episode. Stay tuned next week.
See ya.